actually grateful that the shake might be canceled because I have not, I love a hug, but I haven't loved a shake in a while for that reason. Because people are like, hey, so nice to meet you. And I'm like, whoa, what? No. And that was like way pre-COVID. But the shake, I'm not a professor, so I could be citing this wrong, but I think it comes from like back in the days when, we would meet up in the middle of the field from separate tribes and we would shake each other's hand to show that we don't have a weapon, right? You'd offer your hand. And I just feel like that's kind of not necessary anymore. Why are we shaking? Let's just be like, what's up?
Well, now the hand is the weapon.
Very good point. So the best thing to do is be like, hi, how are you?
Yes, I agree. I've gotten a lot of clams in my hands too. Like I've gotten quite a few clammy handshakes throughout, and it's true. And you don't want to be seen doing the wipe and being rude and, asking for Purell, but we're free of that now.
We're free of it now. You know what used to be my thing is that if you shake someone's hand, like if they go for you really excited for a handshake, but you keep your hand, you extend it utterly limp, like don't tense any of the muscles and just let them shake it, it feels crazy. And I used to give a lot of limp handshakes just to keep myself entertained.
I noticed you drinking a giant jug of something. What's in it, may I ask?
Green tea. Coffee makes me have a slump and I cannot afford a slump, right? Because I'm allergic to inefficiency. So having coffee, even though sometimes it's delicious, it's not efficient. So I got to do that green tea in the main vein,
Also, I'm a little convinced that tea has preserved me because I haven't lived the most perfect, healthy life. And it's probably genetics or whatever, but I'm like, I've drank iced tea all day long my entire life, and I'm convinced it's preserved me.
You know how many different kinds of tea leaves there are in the world?
No.
1. It all comes from the same leaf. It's how it's dried. All the different teas.
Really?
Can you believe that? Yes. Black, green, Rubio. There's thousands of different types of tea, and it's all from one leaf. Fun fact. I know, right?
By the way, have you done the new fun thing on the internet everybody's doing, and it's not even the internet, I don't know what I'm talking about, social, I guess, where you put yourself on someone that rhymes with you, or?
I haven't, I've thought about it, but I'm trying to figure out which. I was gonna do Hell on Bell and do a bunch of flames, and then I'm like, no, I feel like that could, I don't know, some people might not like that, but then, I don't know, maybe cover myself in cheese, Swiss on Chris, who knows?
Anything to do with cheese, I like. And I put myself, Drew, on a Lucy Lou. I know many of us have spent our existence is we're stressing about the thing we're not doing. Just when you're at work, you're worried about kids. When you're kids, you're worried, am I checking the boxes? And it's so relatable. What was the revelation in the execution?
It was just a lot of introspection about what are the patterns that don't make me happy. And the patterns are that I always feel like I want to be somewhere else. Like, did you see Jerry Seinfeld's new special? It's so funny. And he talks about how everybody, nobody wants to be anywhere. Because everyone's like, are we going to go? Are we going to go? And then we get to the movies and what time are we going to get home? And he's like, nobody wants to be anywhere. And I want to be where I am. So I just sort of made that mental commitment, and I don't nail it all the time, but at least I'm trying. Setting the intention is pretty powerful because then you can just adjust those patterns without, feeling like you have to do an overhaul on your life.
It's just clear in everything you do, whether it's a Lord Jones, the CBD line, the Hello Bello, the Lazy Boy, everything you do really has this authentic you in it. And that's you doing that.
I don't think I can do it otherwise, to be honest. I'm not that good of an actor. Do you know what I mean?
Oh my gosh. Yes, I say that sometimes too, and people go, don't disrespect what I like about you. And I'm like, but that isn't who I am.
Yeah, I can only do what I know, which is when I'm ever exploring working with a company, it goes through a lot of like emotional vetting of like, does this company have the givebacks that I like? Are they doing things right? Are they treating their employees well? Are they good to their customers? And if all that checks out, then I go, okay, I'd love to work with you, but you're going to get the full picture, which is I'm going to bring up some ideas that might scare your marketing team, which is like, what if we did this with no makeup? What if we did this with a messy room? What if, I just think those ideas are really important and they're not shown enough, and the real situation that human beings go through, because it's like hard to live on planet Earth. It's pretty rough for a lot of people, even, and everybody's got different privileges, but generally being a human being is trying. And I just want to sort of acknowledge the struggle we're all having and bring some peace and some happiness amidst the chaos.
And it's so wonderfully fulfilling if you get to do something at the end of the day, because I always feel like then it gets to be shared with people. And that's the whole point of why you make a TV show or a movie. It's not indulgent. It's like you want something to go out in the world, you make it, it's no longer yours. You're just trying to share something that means something to you with other people. And I know the branding you do is no different.
That's what I tried to be like. If I was sitting in your medicine cabinet, what would I look like? Like this. That's what I would look
I
like.
love the coloration, by the way. It is happy. Happy Dance is such a fantastic name.
I have to do things that I feel like responsible for. And when I'm sort of like emotionally moved by something or it's really helped me, I'm like, let me leverage myself and be like, yeah, well, I'll create this with you. I'll talk about it, but the price point will be something people can afford. It will be on a shelf where people can find it. And I don't really do anything these days without a give back. And we formed Happy Dance. We're giving 1% of our profits to this unreal organization started by Susan Burton, who lives in Los Angeles, called A New Way of Life. And she basically started it by, she was in and out of prison. She got sober. She got her life together. Then she decided to help other people, but she said, I don't have anything but these two hands. Oh, I guess I'll use them. Doy. So she started meeting women at the drop-off point when they'd get released from incarceration, and she would bring them home and she'd say, how can I help you? Do we need to get your kids back? Let's find a lawyer. Do we need to get you housing? You can live here for a while. And she now has 10 homes that are housing. I mean, they've helped like 2,000 women, and it's all about formerly incarcerated women who are trying to get their lives back on track, who want to be sober, who want to get their kids back. And I just want her to have access to all the funding in the world because I think she does amazing work. And so Happy Dance is very proud to give 1% of our profits to them.